There are simple guidelines that I'm going to share with you that's really going to change many of you guys when it pertains to booking travel. I just want to share with you my story. I started this business 5 years ago, and I had zero booking experience. I've been on 15 cruises, but zero booking experience, no social media presence. And this business literally has changed my life. I took this business serious, treat it like a business, and I wanted to become a pro. So the difference between an amateur and a pro is an amateur does the work, don't get paid. We're going to become pros over here. We're going to do the work and then we're going to get paid. But what I mean by being a pro, it's just meaning you guys follow the simple system that is put in place by being a travel agent, what it looks like being in our business, and just follow that blueprint and do it on a consistent basis, and you're going to see your business grow. Thank you so much again. Welcome everyone for being here. This is how to set up your business correctly, and we are going to help you to become a travel professional. So there are going to be 4 steps to this. Very simple 4 steps. Number 1 is I want you to think about when it pertains to your business, I want you to pick a niche, because you can have a lot of things that you want to book when you first start. I know I did. Everybody was coming to me and they want to book this, they want to book that. But the thing is, the travel industry is huge. There are so many things that you guys can specialize in. You can get really overwhelmed, especially if you are a new agent, right? So now I want you to focus on thinking about this. You just started your travel business. Pick a niche. And I want you to think about picking 1 to 3, depending on your travel experience. So if any of you have had a lot of experience traveling to Europe, traveling to Puerto Rico, going to Iceland, going to Africa, or you love to go on cruises, I want you to think this. If you have been to any of those things, put in the chat, and I want you to start from there and say, you know what? I've been to Puerto Rico, therefore I'm going to be a Puerto Rican specialist. I just came back from Africa. I'm going to focus on being an African specialist. And I want you to think about as far as you going to see a doctor, right? If you have eye issues, you want to see an eye specialist, correct? So here are some niches that I want you to look at. So I'm going to share with you 8 common niches, and some of them are a little bit more unique. And I want you to look at this as a guideline for you. But if you come up with something that is very unique to you, like adventure travel to Peru or something like that, hey, that's great too. I'm not saying this is what you have to do, and I number them from 1 to 8, but you can, of course, pick the one that best suited to you. So number 1 is being a cruise specialist. Focus on cruise travel. 2 would be all-inclusive Caribbean travel. You can be a Disney specialist or Universal Studio Vacations. I put those 2 together just because Disney and Universal Studios is in Florida, but of course, Disney is all over the world, right? Wellness travel is a big deal right now. Everybody wants to be healthy in 2025. I love the honeymoon, anniversary, and destination wedding type travel. That to me is very interesting. I did not put luxury travel on here, but that could also be a niche for you. And I put Europe, Asia, Africa, US, national parks, or South American travel. So think about those destinations like a major continent that you want to focus on, because some people, agents I know, they love Europe, so they specialize in European travel. So think about that. How about faith-based travel? How many of you guys are part of a church organization? So there is actually a faith-based supplier I'm going to share with you, so you can start from there. And now listen to rail vacations. I thought that was very interesting. So just imagine you being a rail vacation specialist. That is so unique. And of course, there are thousands, over 5,000 tours pertaining to rail vacation. And of course, they can also do unique experiences as well. Like I said earlier, pick 1 to 3. If you're brand new and you have no experience, I do want you to just start with 1. Now, if you are more experienced, intermediate, travel person with more travel experience, yes, you can do 2 to 3. If you are way more experienced and you travel once a month or have been to 15 to 25 countries, hey, you can probably do 3 to 5. That's completely up to you. Now, I want you to think about all the niches. And now what I want you to do is also niche down. What that means is, let's say you want to be a cruise specialist. Think about specializing in carnival cruises that goes to the Caribbean in the springtime or during spring break, or holiday cruise travel, or Disney cruises that goes to the Caribbean in the summer months, right? That is very specific. So that is going to create more clientele that want to be more specialized. So that's going to help you by niching down. And then, of course, once you figure out what kind of niche you guys want to do, if you can book 2 people, you can book 20. The amazing thing about it is groups pay you the most money. Why? Because you've already figured out the travel time, where your clients are going, where they're coming from. You already figure out the price, and they have group departments that's going to help you. So now you get to do, you're still going to do some work because it's group, but you don't have to do as much work. Think about having to just do one research focused on research group, all right, for 20 people versus doing 10 different reservations for 10 different types of trips. That will take you 10 times longer, right? So think about that, think about groups, and then think about your niche. That's step one. Now, step two is going to be pick the supplier for your niche. So what I did was create 8 different niche for you. And under each niche, I did put up suppliers that we have. What I did was I looked through what I felt like was really good for you. Cruise travel. One of the things I want to recommend if you want to focus on cruise is go ahead and join CLIA, but you want to become an advisor CLIA member by going to cruising.org. You do pay a membership fee. Go ahead and go in there and get that. You'll have your travel agent card with your CLIA card as well. That's going to give you access to the fam trips, the travel agent pricing, and you're going to get their online courses. By being a member, you're going to get some free courses with them, but also you can get more certifications through their cruise specialist program with CLIA. But you do not have to join CLIA in order to book cruises, okay? Now, I just put them in the order of what I know is most popular. Many people know Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, the Virgin Voyages, MSC, Viking, Emma Waterways. Those are more like river cruises, luxury cruises, Princess Cruise Line, Oceania, American Cruise Lines. These are just a few. You're going to have a lot more in our directory, but just know that we are partnered with all the cruise lines. So make sure you take a picture, because some of them, if you just go, you can also Google Norwegian travel agent portal. So that's how I started. That was my friend. So if you can't find it or can't remember, just use that to your advantage. Number 2 is all-inclusive Caribbean travel. That is so popular. People wanting to fly to, I consider Mexico as part of that as well. Los Cabos, Jamaica, travel, Aruba, all the Caribbean islands down there, right? Most people are interested in all the inclusive experience, all you can eat, all you can drink. So now you're thinking, which supplier should I start with? I like to show you the first few, especially with AA Vacations. That's American Airlines. Flights with hotels, that's considered a package. So when you book packages like that, you get paid on flights in the hotel itself. So you're able to create a package with AA Vacations. And there's Delta Vacations. Their website is World Agent Direct. There's Vacation Express that does all-inclusive in the Caribbean. They've been doing it over 25 years. That's their specialty. And then, of course, you have Vax Vacations. Under Vax, that is like the marketplace to book travel for the other suppliers underneath, like Apple Vacations, FunJet Vacations, Travel Impressions. Also, Universal Studio Vacations is back there as well. And underneath that, so you can just get into Vax, familiarize yourself with the different suppliers, click around, don't be afraid, and figure out what's best for you. Somebody asked me the other day, oh, wow, which one is best? How do I know which one is best? What I normally tell people is this, just go in there, click the package, figure out which package you want, find the resort that you already have picked, and then you go to the different suppliers and put in the same resort and the same components so you can get the price. So I hope that helps you guys. Another one is classic vacations. And I put sandals on there because sandals is really unique. Sandals have their own booking portal, and then sandals are more like for romantic, anniversary, destination wedding type travel. And they're mostly in the Caribbean islands. So number 3, if you want to specialize in Disney Universal Studio Vacations, go to disneytravelagents.com, sign up with them. You can take their training and become certified with Disney. Now you have access to Disneyland, Disney World, Adventure by Disney, and Disney Cruises. And I put Vax Vacation Access just because they have all the other suppliers that can take you to Universal Studios, but you're able to book Universal Studio packages and park tickets straight from Vax. Now we're going to go into the next one, which is wellness travel. Everyone wants to do retreat. They want to do wellness travel. So again, I'm using similar one to the ones that I showed you earlier, which is AA Vacations, Delta Vacations, Vacation Express, Vax Vacations, Classic Vacations, Sandals. And what I would like to say in this case is to go ahead and Google or look for hotel or resorts, the resort brands that are geared toward wellness, health and wellness. So you can kind of Google that. You can go to YouTube University and find some information. Then you figure out the resorts. Then you go to the different suppliers to book them, flights, hotel, and the entire package. These are the same suppliers I just showed you earlier. You guys are starting to get the drift. For the most part, most of these suppliers are going to be flight with hotel to to that particular destination, but you're niching it toward honeymoon, anniversary, and of course, destination wedding travel. Again, use Google as your friend. Hey, what's the top destination in the world for honeymoons in 2025? Top destinations for 2025 for a wedding. And then when you kind of find that information in your top 10, then you can figure out the resort, the location. Then you would use these suppliers to book your trips. So again, I said, look for hotel, resort brands that's geared toward romance and weddings. And that's why I put sandals on there for you guys, just in case you guys want to be a little bit more specific. Number 6. Now, I love this. And this was so scary for me when I first started because I'm more a cruise and a Caribbean specialist because that's me. I love the sunshine. And I have never really traveled to Europe that much except for France one time. So I was familiar, but I didn't feel comfortable. But I don't want it to scare you from learning to book travel. But if you do have a love for this, or you have been to any of these countries like Africa, Asia, Europe, Thailand, anything like that, I want you to consider that strongly to being your niche because there are a lot of people that want these types of vacations. So just imagine you being unique in being a European specialist, right? So I'm going to put this down for you. Culture holidays, Scepter vacations. You're able to build your own travel, but a lot of these have pre-made package tours for you as well, which I love because it gives you 4 days, 6 days, 8 days, 10 days, 20 days on these unique experiences, including tours, travel directors, picking your clients up at the airport. They're able to design all of this and help you. So if you have clients that are more wanting kind of have their own unique experience, what I would do would go to these tours, find the different tours, and then you can design and map out similar to that by using the other suppliers. If you guys get what I'm saying, if you want to do flights, hotel, and then tours and that specific place. But a lot of the suppliers that I'm showing you here, they have those pre-packaged tours, which are phenomenal. I booked one of my clients on Globus. I loved using them. They're actually a company that has been in the tour industry in Europe for over 100 years. So you can call Globus, you can go to Globus and check it out. I love using them. There's Go Away Travel, CIE Tours, Gate One, Trafalgar, G Adventures, Exotica, Europe Express, and then of course, number 14, I just went ahead and put AA Vacations, Delta Vacations, Southwest Vacations United, and Vax Vacations, just in case you guys need to have that list on hand. I'm almost done, guys. So now we have faith-based travel. ETS is Educational Travel Services. They are based out of Florida and they focus on faith-based travel with those unique cruises. They do cruises and land travel as well and taking tours to the Holy Land. The great thing about ETS is if you book more than 10, the 11th person get to go for free. So you can offer this to your pastor or your minister or whoever. You can get in contact with the director of ETS of sales, and they will actually get on the phone with you and help you sell the trip on your behalf. So definitely consider registering with ETS Tours Travel. They are really great. And then AA Vacations, Delta Vacations, VAC Vacations will get you to whatever unique faith-based experiences that you guys know of. You make sure you plan them 8 months, 11 months out in advance for packages, because with land travel, it's average about 11 months. You can do a little bit longer out for cruises. But just remember that, keep that in mind. So research faith-based experiences, then use these sites to create the packages. But definitely highly recommend ETS travel. Lastly, rail vacations. Remember I told you guys, I heard the podcast. I thought that was so cool. So I want to make sure that I put it on here for you. I've had people ask me about Amtrak vacations and rail bookers. They have over 5,000 rail packages all over the world. They even said that if your clients are going on a cruise experience, let's say a Mediterranean cruise in Europe, they can actually create a rail package pre or post cruise experience. All you have to do is call them and they will put the package together for you. And of course, the Rocky Mountaineer, they have that in the US and Canada, and Europe Express has rail as well. That was step 2, figuring out, pairing up the niches to the suppliers. I hope that really helped you. I feel like it would have helped me when I first started knowing what to use with whom. So you guys take advantage of that, definitely. Step 3. This is about you learning the booking process with suppliers. So once you figure out your niche, now we need to register with the suppliers that applies to your niche. I don't want you to be one of those people that have registered with 50 of them. And guess what? If you don't use it for 6 months or a year, they'll probably kick you out the system anyway, and you would need to re-register later. So you want to focus on the suppliers that you need necessary toward your niche. Once you register, is take time about 15 to 30 minutes a day to open up your supplier. And usually on the top tabs, it will have training informations. Some of them will have their own certification programs that you can take and train to just get to know how to book and maximize from their platform. Each supplier are going to be niche-based as well, focus on certain travel. And they also have what's unique to each supplier would be the payment plan, how a deposit is being made, how much you can make a deposit. It'll let you know when the final payment due date is. So those are the things that you need to figure out for each supplier. Once you use that supplier once or twice, I promise you, it becomes really, really easy. So when I first started, how I got really good in this business was that I was not afraid of the phone. Remember, the suppliers actually pay for representatives, agents that help travel agents like us to make money in travel. So they specialize in what they sell to help us sell travel. So after you've done all the trainings that I've said, after you've already looked through these suppliers and you still feel, oh my gosh, lost in the sauce, this is when you should call the supplier. Pick up the phone. They work for you. They will help you make sure you already have your questions ready so that way they can answer them. I probably spent hours with some of the suppliers just to get my questions answered. And once I get them answered, guess what? I never have to call them and ask them the same. Now, advice that I have for you would be to, when you do call the supplier and you register, use your phone contacts, create a contact for every supplier. And in the notes, this is where you would put all the notes that you've learned from your webinars, from your phone calls, from your booking experiences, because after a while, you may forget, what does a supplier do? What do they sell? Well, guess what? You can find it in your notes. Step 4, launch your business around your niche. Can I say that again? Launch your business. You cannot be a secret travel agent. People can't look at you and say, boy, you are traveling. You can't make one post and one announcement expecting everybody to think that you are somehow this travel professional. Right. So I'm going to show you ways that you can announce and help you to get your business out to your clientele. So you want to tell everybody that you are in business. And again, you want to utilize social media because we are in 2025. I did not have a social media presence when I first started, but I knew that I have an online global travel business. I must learn and master social media. So to all the people who are watching right now, I want you all to know and put on your notes right now that you're taking master social media. This is going to help your business. I promise you, if you do the work, it's going to work for you. People will do business with people who they know, like, and trust. So for you, if you have your warm market, which is your friends, your family, tell them, but let them know that you have a travel business and that you are a professional. And what I mean by that is you registering with other suppliers, get your trainings. The more trainings you get, the more certifications that you show, the more people are going to look at you as a travel professional, and they are definitely going to use you. So these are the few things and guidelines I want you to look at as far as launching your business when it pertains to your niche. Now, you want to look at launching your business by getting the person that helped you start this business, any of your leaders. You can do travel launches, in-person grand openings, light orders, letting people know that you have this travel business and that this is all the things that you specialize in and make it fun. 2 is, like I said, you want to master social media. So create business social media pages. Use your Facebook, make sure it's public. Link it to your IG because Facebook and IG can be linked now. You can do TikTok. You can do whatever social media platform that you love, that you are already using. But I have to tell you, even doing my research, Facebook has over 3 billion people using Facebook still. So it is still the highest used platform. I also want to start joining same interest groups. That's really going to help you find your audience and your niche clients. Now, we're in business. We have to have business cards. Think about virtual business cards, create flyers, use virtual flyers. Anything that you've thought of, like the way you used to market, use that too. You want to use that traditional way of marketing, and you want to do the new way of marketing. Have everything on hand. I have business cards everywhere I go. I have virtual business cards in my phone. Every time when a client comes to me or I have a referral, the first thing I do is I send them a virtual business card. That makes it easy for them to share. Also lets them know that I am a travel professional. And nice, on my flyer, I also put the niche that I specialize in. So you guys can do that as well. Email marketing is still one of the best ways to market your business. Word of mouth marketing over and over. Everyone you meet, tell them what you do and ask them to refer you. So you have to ask them to refer. I always say, hey, I would love for you to refer my business to your friends and your family. And guess what? They actually will do it. So you gotta make sure you do that. And then networking events, look for local events in your area. There's a lot of free networking events that you can go to Saturdays and Sundays, right? Go to Friday night events, Thursday night events. And when you go to those, you're going to connect with a lot of people. When you go there, you're going to have your cards, information to give out. And this is how you're going to start collecting more people in your clientele list. The suppliers mainly of the niche that you want to focus in, they have deals, they have marketing materials in the click of a button right at your grasp, high quality videos, flyers that they have already created with the deals on there. Guys, you need to take advantage and share that on your social media. And now the last thing I want to mention with you is that when you're talking to someone and when you're letting other people know about your business and you are happy to let them know what you do. I put in pink right here just because the colors stand out. But this is how I want you to present the business to other people. I am a travel advisor who specializes in faith-based travel, or I specialize in Princess Cruise Line. I think one of my friends or agents that I know, she says, I love Norwegian cruises. So you can say, I am a travel advisor who specializes in Norwegian cruises going to Alaska. Doesn't that sound amazing? This is really going to help you guys because when somebody comes to you and perhaps you just started and this is your first 30 days and we want you to be able to book travel and they ask you outside of your niche, I want you to be able to feel comfortable to say, hey, that is not, Disney is not what I specialize in, but however, I have a community of other travel agents. I know plenty of Disney travel specialists that I can refer you to. So now you guys, we should be a part of this community and let each other know what our niches are. So we can actually refer business to each other. So it doesn't go to another travel agent with another travel agency. At least we want to keep it in-house and help each other build. But if you want to learn and you're willing to put in the time, so get back with the person that you know that's their niche and maybe get some advice. Again, take advantage of all the supplier trainings and get educated. Well, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited for many of you taking your travel business to the next level. And I want to encourage to all the travel agents out there that just started your travel business, just know that this is just the beginning. It will feel uncomfortable. And yes, you may feel a little bit overwhelmed from a little bit here then, but I just want to let you know if I can do it, if I can learn without any experience, that I know that you can do it too. And even if you're scared and even if you're nervous, just do it scared anyway. You guys have plethora of experiences through the years of travel. There's a reason why you are in the travel industry, why you love travel, why you want to help people with travel. So just remember that when you are working this business. Well, this concludes the training of how to set up your business correctly and successfully. Remember, amateurs do the work and don't get paid. Professionals do the work and get paid. So become a travel professional. Thank you so much.